Jim Crow, the white supremacists would cannibalize black bodies. Now let's fast forward to a couple of decades ago. You had somebody like Jeffrey Dahmer. Now, Jeffrey Dahmer, most of his victims were black men, and he would dismember their bodies, and he would literally cook and eat the bodies of these black men. What's interesting about Jeffrey Dahmer, not only was he cannibalizing and dismembering black people, Jeffrey Dahmer worked at a chocolate factory in Milwaukee. So it was his desire for blackness and chocolate and melanin. It was not only symbolic, it was very literal. So he was the only one who really got caught in modern times. How many other people are doing this?
Don't have.
There's a book called The Delectable Negro that documents the cannibalizing of black people, especially during slavery. It talks about how in white European culture, the white supremacist culture, that they've always had this thing about literally consuming black people, black flesh. During slavery, when they had the big rebellion with Nat Turner, he was cannibalized after they killed him. They ate him. During a lot of lynchings, they would cook and barbecue people, and they would actually eat the people that they would lynch. So this was something that was a part of the white supremacist culture, consuming us literally.
Because they know you are what you eat. So if a white man eats you or eat me, he believes that he becomes us. And I know it's strange because I conquered them, but I'm going to devour what I've conquered.
I mean, a lot of the mummies that was taken out of Africa was taken to Europe and sold, and they used it as medicine, and they used it as aphrodisiacs. They ate our dead people's bodies. As aphrodisiacs, they ate our dead people's bodies. And cannibalizing us is nothing new. That whole concept of cannibalism comes from Europe. You don't find any instance of cannibalism in Africa or Asia.
And literally black flesh.
Our bodies are so robust and strong, and our memory is intact, and we can do things that they had never seen any other human being do before. So they thought, well, if I consume him or her, I will be able to do everything that he or she does and possibly better.
Ah shit, so everybody seeing this diamond shit going on and everybody acting so surprised, like, oh my god, I can't believe all this vicious killing that he did. People are blaming the parents. Oh, it was his parents. Oh, he was just crazy. Nah, it wasn't just his parents who taught him this. This is in his roots, alright? This is a result of a system that was built upon murder and killing and torturing of people, especially the indigenous melanated community. Is it just a coincidence that he targeted that community too? I mean, let's talk about Leopold II that killed 50 million Africans and was literally cutting their hands off and using it as currency. Or let's talk about Eugene Fisher, who was experimenting on Africans in South Africa, practicing his experiments before he took it to the Holocaust in Germany. Or let's talk about slave owner Madame Mallory, however you say her name. She was reassembling Africans' bones, sewing their mouths shut with shit. But you don't hear about her, right? Or Christopher Columbus, who was decreasing populations by 90%, killing 12 to 15 million indigenous people. Or how they used to use our babies as alligator bait. This type of disgusting corruption ain't new to us. They've been doing this. It's only new to us because they never taught us about how horrific they treated our people. So listen, Jeffrey Dahmer is an effect that was caused by a corrupt system. That is the root.
Well, they have John Wayne Gacy on there. They have Jeffrey Dahmer. They have a Ted Bundy movie because they deserve to stay in the hole where they came from.
Yeah.
I hate these motherfuckers. I feel like they shouldn't. They have infamy, bro. They're famous for doing horrible things that we'll probably never forget about them for the horrible shit that they did. One thing in the show that blew my mind is that when Jeffrey Dahmer was in jail, and everything that happened in the show was real life, but they just did they reenacted. Yeah. This motherfucker was getting fan mail.
Fan mail? That I didn't know.
Like what? Somebody was sending him money in jail. Like why are you
supporting him?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Probably the sick one that think like him.
You know what's another creepy thing? This is a home movie.
Certain Europeans, they believe that certain body parts harvested certain energies, like power or courage or ferocity.
Guys, I feel like we need to have a serious conversation about the whole new Jeffrey Dahmer series, because this just added to a bunch of trauma that I honestly did not need, and this whole film is disgusting, and I'm gonna I'm gonna run down my opinion on this shit. So let me start off with this. To all of y'all, stop fetishizing Jeffrey Dahmer. Not the actor who plays Jeffrey Dahmer in the fucking series. I'm talking about the dead serial killer that killed multiple black people and literally got away with it for the longest. Y'all need to stop fetishizing him because there is nothing to fetishize. This whole film, I couldn't watch. I literally ended it on episode 4 because that's how grossed out I was. Some of y'all have really forgotten where the whole trauma link comes from, and this film most definitely brought that up. And most importantly, nobody that I know has been able to finish this film because as a person of color or as a black person in general, they can connect to this film just like I can. And it's crazy to me that all of y'all are fucking fetishizing a dead serial killer and are like, oh my God, he's so hot when he is ugly as fuck. Not only that, but y'all are fetishizing the idea of, oh my God, like he's such a fine man. He could kill me any day. Do y'all not realize that y'all should look for mental help because that is not something normal any of you white people should be fucking saying, okay? Y'all are fucking weird. Y'all are fucking weird and you need to get that shit checked the fuck out. And so this is my thing. Y'all are fucking dirty because y'all are fetishizing a white man for getting away with multiple people's murder, specifically black people's murder. And y'all are fantasizing and going so deep as to saying how y'all love Jeffrey Dahmer because of so much shit. And I'm like, do y'all not realize he did so much more other shit that wasn't put in the film? And even I couldn't have finished it because not only can I connect to it based off of my family background, but because literally it is so gruesome that even if this is the bare minimum of gruesome that they implemented in the series, there's so much more that was not put in there and y'all are still fetishizing this man. Y'all are gross.